feel pretty rough. I've got a very high temperature. Some aches, some pains, some shivers, cold in my extremities. It feels exactly like a cold, maybe a little bit worse. When I stand up, I feel like I'm going to fall over. I can't remember if I've ever had that. Whenever I've had a cold before. I hope I've got it. I hope it is COVID. Because I'd rather have the antibodies in my blood than take the jabs. Anyone who knows my opinion, anyone who has followed my comments on my Facebook page knows what I feel about the jab. So this is an update on the vlog that I made yesterday. I've already posted on Facebook that last night was pretty dreadful. The symptoms that I had at 11:30 had massively ramped up. I don't know how long, probably about 6 hours I spent in a fetal position, trying to block out the pain. It was every part of my body was racked with the pain. If these are things that we have to suffer, it's part of living. You have to trust your immune system. And if the alternative is that we live in fear, that we create a bogeyman out of something that hopefully I'm showing isn't anything to be afraid of, for 99.9% of us, we've got to deal with that. We've got to make the government aware that that is how we feel. People get flu, people get colds, people endure their lives. That's the way it's always been. COVID-19, in my view, and from what I've experienced so far, is nothing different. But the potential dangers from taking the experimental jab, for me, are not worth that risk. I'd rather take my chances with my immune system.
To be clear, after he made the second half of that video, he died. So the second half of that video was posted on July 2nd, and he did not want to go to the hospital despite having some trouble breathing. But later that evening, his family felt it was necessary that he get checked out, so they called. The paramedics came, and 10 minutes after the paramedics left, his stepson, who's 11, found him dead in his bed. It's funny he mentions fear in this video when I've looked at his Facebook posts, and it's nothing but fear. Fear-mongering around a vaccine, around the pandemic, around masks, around his government, around our government. Continuous propaganda, instilling fear in quite literally him and keeping him from getting a vaccine that I am now not fearful of dying because I have. Make it make sense.